Hi everybody, sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyaye sibuka ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sikhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama reviews ama recaps bese siyaphinda ke futhi sikhulume ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. If it's your first time joining me today, I don't know where you're coming from. Okay. If you like my content, do not forget to press the subscribe button and the notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo mangabe umsebenzi omusha sesi ufakile. Listen, you guys, the case ka Senzo Meyiwa is a gift that keeps giving. You know that box in the movies, the magic box in the movies, and somebody keeps just taking out things, but you're like, how is it, how is everything in this very small box, and they just keep it's a gift that keeps giving at this point, you guys. Listen, I think the unfortunate thing about this whole thing is that a life was lost. Okay, otherwise we would just be entertained, because at points you feel like it's a soap. It really is. It's like a soap opera. It is like we are watching The Bold and the Beautiful, you know, a manga. Sometimes you feel like Sibuka manga are going The Bold and the Beautiful, but we have to like remind yourself this is serious. Somebody lost his life here. There's a family that lost a son, and then there's a wife that lost a husband. You know, there are kids that lost a father here. Otherwise we would just be, if it wasn't for that, it really would be like, okay, let's just watch this Bold and the Beautiful. Okay, so there's something new that has come out. Someone is suing the states. Okay, the situation the situation is going on here. Yo, I wanna le case Lena, guys. I wanna le case. So this article also comes from IOL. It was written 3 hours ago, okay, by Mdletshe wa Africa. Hey, Mdletshe wa Africa. Mdletshe wa Africa is the one that Uchiko doesn't like very much, because Mdletshe wa Africa doesn't like Chiko Twala. Asas lutho siyafunda nje thina siyafunda. Okay, it says a man wrongfully arrested for Meyiwa's murder sues for 21 million. Okay, the man who was wrongfully arrested and detained for 13 days in connection with the murder of the former Bafana and Orlando Pirates captain Senzo Meyiwa has been given a green light to sue the state. Okay, Zamokuhle Innocent Bata is suing the National Prosecuting Authority, NPA, Police Minister Mdletshe, and 2 other officers for more than 21 million, and the matter has been put on the court roll for July next year. Although Mdletshe was not the minister at the time when Bata was arrested, he has been included in the lawsuit because he is the current police minister. Bata's lawyer Ntando confirmed to Sunday Independent that this week the matter had finally been put on the roll for July 18th, 2023. Kwaze kwakude bongo bathina siyayithanda indaba. Okay, after more than 8 years of ducking and diving by the states. Yeah, I think the most difficult entity to sue is the state. Okay, because they will do everything they can to not take any kind of responsibility in anything. Okay, we're finally going to court after years of ducking and diving by the state, going back and forth for unnecessary reasons. My client was wrongfully arrested and humiliated, but instead of acknowledging their mistake, the state has been sending us from pillar to post, Ntando said. Okay, the senior police officer who spoke on condition of anonymity on Friday said the state must pay Bata and apologize for their embarrassing mistake instead of wasting more money by going to defend their gross error. I think so too. Just pay the guy. Because if anybody knows that at any point you were arrested for the murder of Senzo Meyiwa, anything that has to do with Senzo Meyiwa, that stigma is not going to stay with you, even though they can see there's 5 accused going through trial in court and you are not one of the 5. People are always going to talk about you in reference to. I think they must just pay and stop wasting our money defending themselves. We as the police effed up big time in this case. They must they must pay this guy what is due to him instead of wasting more in legal fees and whatnot, the officer said. Okay, this is the officer saying. Even the officer is admitting, then pay the guy. Okay, Bata was arrested 4 days after Meyiwa was shot and killed at his girlfriend's mother's house in Vosloorus on October 26, 2014, when the police identity kit was released with the dreadlocked man identified as one of the suspects. Okay, so bavele bahamba nje bazibophela any man with dreadlocks. Okay, Meyiwa was dating a singer Kelly Khumalo at the time, and the musician was in the house when the soccer star was shot. Meyiwa's two childhood friends, Tumelo and Mthokozisi. Where is Mthokozisi Twala? Is he coming to testify? We're also in the house along with Twala and his then girlfriend Zandile, who is Khumalo's younger sister. Okay, the Khumalo's mother Gertrude and the musician's two children were also in the house when the shooting happened. 5 men from KwaZulu-Natal, some of them well-known hitmen, were arrested 2 years ago for Meyiwa's murder, and their trial is ongoing at the Pretoria High Court. Okay. When Bata was arrested in 2014, the then head of detectives, Lieutenant General Vinesh Manu, said police were sure that they had one of the suspects involved in the incident. We were confident he was linked to the crime and he will be charged with the murder and robbery, Manu said after Bata was arrested. In his court papers seen by Sunday Independent, Bata says that he was wrongfully and unlawfully arrested and detained and was required to appear in the Boksburg Magistrate Court from time to time until the charges were withdrawn. Among Bata's claims were 2.5 million for malicious prosecution and an additional 5 million for defamation, as he was labeled as a criminal who had murdered Meyiwa when he was arrested in October 29, 2014, which impaired his integrity, dignity, and self-esteem. Bata is suing for the total of 10 million with 15.5% annual interest since the day the lawsuit was filed in April 2015. The amount comes to more than 21 million to date. It's very little. I will sue for 100 million. Okay. When Bata was arrested, the Khumalos failed to tell the police that he was one of the neighbors who often washed Meyiwa's cars when the soccer star and his girlfriend were visiting the mother. Bata even came to their house to pass his condolences after Meyiwa was killed. He was working at the local car wash and lost his job after the arrest because everyone in the community thought he was a criminal and a murderer. His wife went into depression and was hospitalized. Okay, they must pay for the medical bills. In fact, the wife must also sue the state because she got sick because they arrested her husband wrongfully. So, okay, so pay the wife too. Okay, but I believe that he was arrested because he had dreadlocks, and one of the police suspects, according to the police identity kit, had dreadlocks too. But on Friday told Sunday Independent that no amount of money would wash away the humiliation he suffered from the stigma attached to his name. But you know, when you are sitting in your triple-story house, you know, with your 5 cars in the yard, you know, the humiliation might just go away, you know, after they pay you the millions. So it will make things better. That's what I'm saying, basically. And there's no need for me to be happy about the latest development. I will only celebrate the day the real person who killed Senzo is found guilty and sent to jail. A neighbor who is sympathetic to Mbata suggested that the police wanted to use him as a scapegoat for a high-profile case they were struggling to solve. They saw a poor black man who has no resources and vulnerable, and they wanted to use him as a scapegoat, and it backfired badly. I won't be surprised others are also innocent victims of the police incompetence, the neighbor said. The trial of the 5 men accused of killing Meyiwa was adjourned on Friday after one of the soccer star's friends, Tumelo Madlala, who was in the house when the Orlando Pirates goalkeeper was shot, finished his cross-examination. The trial is expected to resume again tomorrow when new witnesses believed to be Meyiwa's other childhood friend, Mthokozisi. Oh, Mthokozisi is coming. Kusazoshisa Nkosi yami. NPS spokesperson Bulelo Makete said they were aware of the lawsuits that matter would be ventilated in court. Police spokesperson Colonel Mate said they had not received the notice of the court date. The SAP has, you see now, they're already dodging. The SAPS has not as yet received the set down notice, and in addition, this is a matter pending before the court, and as much we decline to comment, Mate said. Guys, I'm a taxpayer, okay, so I have a say in this. Listen, just pay the guy, okay? He wants 21 million, just pay him. pay him, settle out of court somehow. Maybe just pay him 19 million instead of 21 million. Just pay the guy, because we are already spending so much money with the case Senzo Meyiwa, everybody in court and all of that. You know what I mean? Now we're going to spend money in court trying to defend a case where you wrongfully arrested someone, when we all know that you wrongfully arrested him. We all know, most. So pay the guy, pay the guy. And guy, when you get that money, make sure you buy your wife a very nice car, because she deserves it after the depression. She deserves it. Don't forget, okay? Buy the wife a car, okay? I pray. This is one case where I feel like I want this guy to pay this money. I hope that he does. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you think about this in the comments section. Do you think that this guy deserves the money? Or you think no? I think he deserves it. This is the person we must donate to. Yeah, when I lama donations and when donate 21 million for this guy, because this was wrong. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando.